Hello, hello, and good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining me. Amy Levitt always looks phenomenally put together when you see her in the morning, wherever she is. Face beautiful, glistening. You've got your mermaid hair in, and you're ready to bedazzle the day.
That's it. It's all about sparkle.
I love your sparkle. You really do sparkle as a human being. Thanks for joining me once
Oh,
again.
thanks. I'm so happy to be here.
We love to talk about ditching our bras.
Who doesn't?
Well, it's just a fun thing to say, but boy, yesterday I had to commend you. I said several thanks to you over this very hot and sweaty weekend that we just survived.
Yes, I saw you yesterday. It was hot and sweaty.
It really was. And it was a wild weekend. I had 6 different events that I had from Friday to Sunday. So
Wow.
that was just an incredibly jam-packed weekend that I had. But I had my wonderwear and I was wicking away my nastiness, which I was so thankful. I was like really thankful that I didn't have to deal with the boob sweat
That's right. And you were sure to tell everybody.
because it was a new lease on life, Amy. I'm not used to this.
I know. It's amazing. It's the wow.
Yeah, if you've never been around me in public, it's usually a dose of inappropriate, but also really fun. We have a good time.
We're always
I
laughing.
know. Well, I had 3 events that involved children. Actually, 4 events that involved kids. And so they don't just sit around. You have to run after them. You have to run around. On Friday, I got hit with a basketball. It was my fault. I brought the basketballs.
You didn't bring one of the soft kind?
They were soft. My husband and I have one of those traveling basketball hoop things. So it was a kids event. It was the back to school barbecue at Quashnet Elementary with Casey Coombs
Oh, fun.
Elementary and Middle. And it was just such a great time. But yeah, that started with the ball that hit me. And then Saturday we had Kindness Festival where we had thousands of children just absolutely everywhere. And the weather, once again, steamy, hot.
Steamy. Yes.
Then
Very
we went on over to Seaside Le Mans, which you had hot race cars going around Mashpee Commons. Like it didn't cool off at any point over the
no.
weekend.
No.
And then I rounded out my Sunday with a 5K at the Cape Cod Children's Museum for Grandparents' Day and the debut of their Heroes exhibit, which I felt like my non-bra Wonderwear was the one that was the hero of this entire weekend.
That's great.
Thank God I had multiples because nobody needed to see the aftermath of what was happening under the clothes this weekend,
I know. Well, this was the total test
right?
for wicking.
So I see Amy and she had an extra one and I just wanted to show everybody. So I wanted to feel like you and be able to measure, even though I can't measure. When you buy things online, I always have such a hard time measuring myself.
Oh, it's very easy.
Okay.
We'll show you how to do
Thank
it.
you. We're gonna uncover these facts and more today as you watch our show.
Perfect.
It's perfect. And then I got to see you over at Knockabout yesterday.
That was
And
great.
thank you so much for the support. We always have a great time with our Makers Market. And I know it was our first football Saturday. I know it's a little early to talk about our losses on the field
I
yesterday,
know.
but I feel like it was way better than I expected that game to go.
It was all right.
We had an opportunity to win. That's what
That's right.
stings
Yes.
just a little.
Just a bit.
And I'm not a huge sports person, but I do love football. And I was really, really disappointed. So many close calls this weekend.
Yeah. But there were people there that were already in the Patriots garb. I saw Mari there.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Murray and Hank,
Yeah.
you'll see him tomorrow and we can digest all of the sports stuff because that's his favorite thing. He loves sports talk. So he'll get into all of that business. Today is National Bosses Day.
Yes.
And since you and I are both self-employed, we've got to high five ourselves. We feel pretty good about our bossing.
Yes. 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 Absolutely.
Maybe you can talk about that, being an entrepreneur and self-motivating and being a boss.
Well, it's the greatest thing because I don't have to ask anybody for permission
That's true.
to take off.
Yep. No emails to people asking if it's all right.
Nope. Mm-mm. I mean, being your own boss, you have to be disciplined.
Mhm.
Totally have to be disciplined. You have to have that built in, okay, I can do this kind of a thing. I have calendars and schedules and You know, I if it's not for my calendar, I would miss out on a lot of things.
Right.
But hey, we could do this because we are the boss.
It does stress me out a lot that I'm a baby entrepreneur and the fact that I've only really been my own boss now for 3 years. And I feel like it's been a extreme painful growth period and
Yes,
figuring out there's no one to back that up. It's you.
that's right. Right. And there are ups and downs. I'm always talking about this
Yeah.
ups and downs.
Yeah.
And you just have to be able to have that confidence to keep going.
So maybe that's what we're going to talk about today, a little bit of confidence. Regardless of what you do for a living and what you have in front of you for your day, there always needs to be that sort of confidence that you do believe in yourself. You
Absolutely.
do feel good about that. And that's part of your whole ordeal. Just really quickly remind everybody what it is that you do, Amy.
I help women never have to wear bras again,
We like that.
but in a really comfortable, supportive way,
Yes. I like
right?
that.
And no
Support.
wires. And no wires, and really good for our lymphatic system.
Yeah.
We women have to stick together.
It was funny. I saw one of those random memes and it was underwire. And somebody was like, my husband keeps asking me what was missing in his toolbox, and I didn't have the heart to tell him. It's underwire. It wasn't his
Oh,
tool at all.
I need to see that meme.
I'll find it for you. I'll send it to you anytime I see some fun, silly ones
Oh, yeah.
because it's kind of barbaric when you think about bras.
I should have brought my wire from the underwire that I have in my office. It's
I mean,
like, who needs it?
they were invented by a man, correct?
Yeah, and you don't need it. You do not need that stuff to hold you up.
Well, I
No.
think that that's the skepticism. I saw you having a conversations with a couple of my girlfriends yesterday, and they were kind of fascinated by the fact they were concerned about the lift because as we age, things tend to not be so lifted.
Well, that's true. Because
It happens.
that's
It's life,
that's right. I was going to say that's life. That's what's supposed to happen.
right?
However, with this particular technology that we have, you are lifted and you don't need that wire.
Yeah, right. Good morning, Seth. I'm confident that I want to go back to bed this morning. Happy Monday to you. I wish confidence was like a vitamin that we could take daily. It can be such a battle. Absolutely, Ashley. And thank you for all you do. You seemingly have it. So I'm definitely one of those fake it till you make it kind of people. I have to have that internal dialogue with myself before I step out. All right. And I kind of arm myself. It's that conversation that I have with your inside voice, sometimes outside, depending on who's around. But I'll sit there and just say to myself, all right, we've got this, we've got this, we got to go in here strong, we've got to portray this. I have those
Yes.
dialogues with myself.
And it's important. So my grandmother, I think about her all the time. She said to me, you have to love yourself first. You have to wake up, you have to look in the mirror and say, I love you. I'm proud of you.
I don't utter those words, but I do utter the habits. Today's also National Make Your Bed Day, and I think it's a habit that we should be getting into where you're looking into the mirror and saying to yourself, whatever it is, it could be I love myself, it could be a this situation, or it could be a all right, you've got this day, you're a badass, you're gonna go out and do
Right.
this. It is that self-pep,
Hmm.
that self-talk
Yes.
that you have to be mindful of and be
Abs-
kind to yourself.
Absolutely. And so I just have to say, when you're wearing these things, you stand up straight.
Yeah.
And so that kind of gives you that self confidence just because of the skin that you're in,
Okay.
right? Your shoulders are back, you're standing up straight. Hey, I'm confident.
Yeah.
I can conquer this today.
Yeah, there's a
Right?
lot to do with posture.
Hmm.
That's a yogi mentality, right? Ashley, you're our resident yogi. I'd like to get into more of it. I need to get into more of that. My body's saying yes, yes, Stephanie, that is correct. And I was making a point of starting today, but we got busy this morning, so we'll do that Thursday. But I do have a plan for it.
Plans are good.
That's
Now
it.
you just have to execute it as
Right.
as the boss.
That's it. We're putting all of these layers, these steps together. So you're saying the wonderwear makes you already hold yourself up. You begin with your posture and confidence. You tell yourself, I love you in the mirror. What else did your grandmother give you?
Well, she gave me the love for color and purple and all that other stuff.
You are
so
really fashionable. I am jealous of that. I don't have that in my life.
you can.
I could. maybe I just don't think I'm that creative. I use my creative for different
Well,
outlets.
you're creative, so
Yeah,
your beauty comes out that way,
differently. Correct.
right? You love wearing your
I
yellow.
do. I do. It's my new color. Regardless if it looks good on me or not, it's what it is. I just ordered a yellow dress
Oh.
because it is the best ofs on Wednesday. So I'm going to
Ah,
the dinner. I've been nominated for 2 awards. I'm in the top 3. And right there, I feel like that's just a win in
absolutely.
the amount of work you do, regardless if you win fully. I just love the fact that I am appreciated. Someone else saw me, someone else nominated me, and I was voted enough to be there because these are community choice awards, which I feel like much more important than metrics sometimes. I
Mhm.
feel like it's really a
Absolutely.
measure of who you are in the perception of other people's eyes sometimes. Your peers, the people that you're out there serving.
Well, and it's really great, I have to say, this is something that I'm been learning, as part of my confidence kick and all that. Appreciate and acknowledge that somebody is saying this about you,
Yeah,
and it's not just one
I know it's
person.
hard.
It's very hard to take that the acceptance of, "Yes, I'm doing something great, and I'm proud of myself." Like,
Yeah.
so that's a great deal, so congratulations.
Well, it's one of those things that I think is becoming more of a societal norm where we're allowed to congratulate. I feel like before you had to be quiet and humble and not make a big deal out of it. I don't know if it's a societal thing or if it's an age thing or if we're finally just getting better about self-care.
I think we are learning about self-care, and we are learning that we are important, and we have to put ourselves first,
Yeah.
and the rest just falls into place.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've got Amy Levitt. She is here for Ruby. I absolutely need to learn how to measure myself. RubyRibbon.com is her website.
Slash Amy Levitt.
And you need to go there because sometimes you've got specials, you've got deals. If I know I meant to look for my daughter, there were so many killer deals and I missed them. Especially for swimwear. And
Yes.
now we're moving into other stuff, but you're always getting new products as people are seeing the need.
Yes, absolutely. Like, can I just peek?
I love that.
This is our brand new Sleek.
Yeah.
It's called Sleek,
Okay.
and it's wide straps. It's really like a tank. I'm wearing it as a shirt.
Perfect.
Like in this weather, who needs,
Right. Take off the
layers
layers.
and
I don't
layers
need
and
all of
layers?
this.
No way.
I know.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people, I just prefer full coverage. I feel keep safer for everyone. This is not the King's Cleavage contest over at the King Richard's Fair here. We need to like keep it all together. Nobody needs to see any of that. But so I feel a little bit more comfort with that like squish, that hug. And I like that the sizes are for whatever spot you're in right now. Maybe you ate a bunch of cake over the weekend and you need like a little more room. Maybe it's that monthly time. Maybe it's a different shift in your body this week, this month.
And I didn't even tell you any of those things, but
No,
that's what I talk about all the time because our bodies are so different, every day,
right.
depending on, the day of the month, or like you said, um, if you've eaten too
I had a lot of
much.
sodium over one weekend and I was like, oh, this is too tight. Like I need the space.
Right. Right. And
Because
so,
normally I like to be squished, but I needed space. It was Sunday.
right. And so you can have one of our pieces in two different sizes for those days that you really want that hug when you're wearing that dress and you want it to be,
Yeah.
or you want
Suck it
a more comfortable, but it's a suck it in, but it's not you're not feeling like you're a can of biscuits ready to pop.
I love it. Jose says you are on my desk in the middle of the Atlantic. He is checking in from Pico, which is an island in the Azores.
How
So
exciting.
thank you so much for
Wow.
joining us this morning. Very exciting.
Yes.
I cannot wait to get back. How was the wine this season? Tell me everything, Jose. We miss your face. I sent a couple of people your way, so I will have to let you know when they're in town, and maybe you can give them the grand tour of Pico.
Oh,
When
wow.
such an amazing island.
Mm.
We really just loved everything about our visit to the Azores.
How I have a friend from there. Oh, and I always would see pictures. Love it.
Well, because it's like the Atlantic Hawaii. It's stunning. If you've not been able to check it out, 5-hour flight from Boston, everybody.
Oh,
It's not, yeah, direct.
oh, wow.
So it's a really nice flight. I don't know why more people aren't visiting, but I'm okay with you not visiting. 'Cause
Great.
it's our secret.
That's it.
Exactly. So we're here talking about confidence. We're here with some measurement tape around our neck. What is the best way for you to explain to people how to measure? Because I can't ever remember my sizes.
So here's the thing. Traditional bra sizes are not what is going to help you get into a comfortable piece of ruby ribbon.
Yeah.
So take this tape measure, and if you don't have a tape measure, I have tricks.
Okay.
You can use a string, you can use your telephone cord. And did you know that a dollar bill is 6 inches?
Well, now I do.
So if you don't
So now
have
you
if
do.
you don't have a soft measuring tape, you can use any of those things and then measure.
All right.
So you want to measure under your bust where
Look
your
what you're getting today, everybody.
where your bra band would be, and you want to keep it parallel to the floor. You don't want to have it up halfway because that's not going to give you a good measurement.
Okay.
So that's your first measurement. Your next measurement is over the largest part of your bust and you're not pulling it tight. You're just letting it sit there. The third measurement is your waist,
Okay.
and then your fourth measurement is your hips.
Okay. Now,
And
where your hip bones are, correct?
yeah, so it's sort of like over your belly kind of a thing.
Okay.
It's like, yeah.
Because one of my aunts likes to wear, and I'm calling you out, like Ed Grimley, nice and high waisted pants. Everything's the high waisted pants. Thankfully, we're away from the Britney Spears world where it's like just above your girl parts.
Right. Right. Oh, yeah. Right.
There's a vast area in between there in which we should be measuring.
Right. And some of us are short waisted. Like
Yeah.
I'm short waisted. If you put your hands like this, and you measure from where your bra band is or your anchor point
Yeah.
to down to where your belly button is, it depends if you are short waisted, average, or long waisted.
We were having this conversation the other day because as my son is growing like a weed and we're getting fit for all kinds of different stuff with him, and he's always constantly measuring back to back with dad. Am I taller? Am I not? I said, it's funny. His legs are longer, but his torso is shorter. Well, it's just a different body shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm short. I'm short. I'm 5'2.5".
You are short. I didn't realize that.
Because I have very long legs and a
Oh.
very short weight and a very short torso. But people look at me and go, or if I'm walking with a friend, and you know who you are if you're watching. When we go on our walk, she's like, "Slow down."
Oh yeah,
because
right.
my legs just take
That's your
longer.
stride.
Yes. Yep. So
That's it. That's your torso size. It's just what you've been given.
That's it.
Accept it.
Embrace it.
A part of the confidence.
That's right. That's
We're
right.
working on it, Amy, right? We're getting
yes.
better with this.
Yes, we are.
So okay, I've gathered all of these measurements and now I'm ready to order. What do I do now?
So now we need to know what style and size is going to be right for your personal body. So I have a Fit Finder. It's a link that you just fill out. You put those 4 numbers in. We both get emails, and then I'll say to you, "Yes, I agree with it. No, I want you to add this to it." And then I give you the link to order, because what I don't want to happen is people to say, "Oh yeah, I'm a 36." And then they just order something randomly and it could be totally off.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it's super, super important that we work together on this.
Yeah, and it's also something that you can do for people also if you haven't gained your confidence yet because you don't have your wonderwear. Mari said they played a good game, just not good enough. It's right. And attitude determines altitude. I like that, Cindy. I volunteer to hold the tape, so says Dave Hegner.
I'm sure.
It is good and foggy this morning. Oh, it's Heidi when you walk with me. Heidi's calling herself out.
Oh, yes. Hey.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So we were just talking about some confidence today, a little bit of measuring today, and to not be stressed out about this measurement. I know that that's a trigger for some people.
It is.
When you start holding the tape and then you've got this 24, 36, 24 brain space of of this is the ideal size, or maybe you've been scarred for dance costumes when you were a child. Not that I'm speaking from experience. Just any other way when you see a tape measure. When I was in the military, that's how I had to be sized, was tape, because I never made weight. I'm heavy. We're a heavy people, okay? I was always the size that was right, but I didn't make weight. So then they would have to get out the tape and I'd see the tape and I'd get upset.
Oh,
So for me, it's
that's
like a trigger. So when I see tape measure, that's why I'm like, I'm going to put this around my neck. I'm going to own this stinking tape measure, because I always made the tape. That was not the issue, but it was just one of those things that I was like, oh, I didn't do it right again.
Well, you know what? And it's the thing that when we're measuring and when we give you a size, listen, there were
They're
times.
random sizes also, which I appreciate.
So it's not that, like I kept saying, it's not the same thing as a traditional bra sizing. So we want to make sure that we get all
Right.
of your important parts covered and supported and lifted. And so that's what it is. I don't even look at, like, I do the numbers, I write them down, and then I just figure out what your size is. And it's not anything about, oh my gosh, you're a blah, 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 blah. No, it's not about that.
Good.
Absolutely not. This is something that you're going to feel so good in, you're going to fall asleep in it, which
Yeah,
I've
that's
done.
the comfortable situation. And yeah, absolutely. I did last night. It was nice and comfortable.
Yes,
It's usually my just walking around the house gear now, because you can wear it
absolutely.
not
Hey,
like a bra.
right.
It's just a shirt sometimes. The harvest this year was great, and I'm waiting for another visit. Yes. I will be definitely visiting. A lot of people had great harvests. It was nice yesterday. We were at Knockabout, and Gobel Farms had all their new pumpkins.
Oh,
I know. So I got a couple of new pumpkins. I was very excited. The corn was amazing. Made that for dinner last night. And I definitely suggest that you get to one of your local farms around you and support some local. I love that farm, especially because it's young people that are out there doing it,
yes.
and to know the value of that hard work, and they understand sustainability is really important. It just really is nice, and I like to support that. So support that where you possibly can.
And those white pumpkins were so
Aren't
pretty.
they so cute? I know. I've got one on my front doorstep
I
right
saw
now. I'm
that.
loving it.
I
Put my measure
noticed.
tape on. You had scallops and bacon, corn and tomatoes yesterday. Yeah, it was a good day. Love from fresh markets when we have them. We'll have one more for the month of September. And then we're going to start to get into some fall mode. And I'm kind of okay with fall mode. It's warmer.
I
You
like
got some stuff.
I like fall. I like being able to wear a little bit, but then it stops for me.
Yeah, right. We didn't push in the winter situation.
No.
Well, we get into that time of year where we might swell a little from all of the celebrations. So your wonderwear might be very helpful to you. That's what we were talking about with girlfriends yesterday. You don't get that roly poly,
Right. We were spinning you around and going,
right?
look at how smooth.
Stephanie is never the model, but I appreciated being the model, showing off that I didn't have any sweat or sausage lines, which trust me, we've all been there before, where we've worn something that's ill-fitting and it's noticeable and you're uncomfortable.
Mhm. That's right.
We're trying not to do those things for you.
No, we want you comfortable every single day.
You had the confidence. You were just at a convention, sort of get together with your fellow
Yes.
Wonderwear people,
Yes. in
and
July.
you got up on stage and you had a moment.
I did have a moment. So I earned the Values Award for the third. Thank you. For
See, we're celebrating ourselves today.
Yes, that's right. So for the third quarter, yeah, the third quarter, and I got up. I was excited, and I got up on stage. And the minute I walked across, and I saw our CEO Malin, I got overwhelmed. And I couldn't I was crying. It was visible. I wasn't
Yeah.
bawling my eyes out. Don't get me, I could, but I
Right.
didn't.
It's
It
emotion
was
took
just
you.
such an emotion. And I was walking across the stage talking to the different people on stage going, I don't know why this is happening. Like, it was just an automatic. I was overwhelmed, and I'm learning my own self-confidence, and to appreciate when somebody acknowledges me, and to say thank you. Yes, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
And that's taken, hey, I'm 61. That's taken a long time.
I think that there's something to be said with that. If you're an entrepreneur, you're a boss person, you're in a field maybe that you're not in a space for and you don't have that confidence built up. I love that you said it's taken time. It's
Yes.
not going to happen tomorrow. And when you think you've had your big win, it might not even be your big win. It's your baby win to get you to your big win. So I love that. Also, I'm very much overcome with emotion, especially in group settings like that when you just the excitement is palpable. It's like a little bit of nervous anxiety, stress, and also just so much pride. It is that moment of confidence where you're like really overwhelmed by your feelings about it.
I know, and I was just trying to make sure that I didn't trip on the
Like, please don't let me fall. Please don't let my anything be hanging out. Please let me not have anything in my teeth. These are the things in my brain. Don't fall. Don't fall.
don't
Oh God, I
fall.
hope I have nothing in my teeth.
Right. Don't fall. I was wearing a long dress and like, oh no.
Yeah, right. That's why I always wear flats. You're never gonna find me in heels. I have bad knees anyway. It's not space for me. So I avoid those situations of falls. And I just feel like I get super nervous. I won't eat in situations like that because I'm afraid of something to fall on my clothes.
Oh,
Or once again, I'll have something on my face and then I can't come back from that. So that also makes me like that pit of anxiety when you're hungry, also.
yes.
It's like the all of the emotions, that anxiety. It's
It
anxiety.
is. It is totally. Totally. And you know, it wasn't a blur because I was really trying to appreciate how I
Be in
felt
it.
and I was really trying to be in it. And so I stood up there and, you know, I looked out to my, my sister stylists and, got the smiles and, the hug or the tap and it's okay. It's fine. And if I did fall down or bawl
Right?
my eyes out, that would be okay too.
Do you find it more pressure to be in a room of your peers like that?
Uh, as opposed to a group of strangers?
Yeah, or someone that you're maybe talking to your product about.
Yes, I think
It
it is.
is. I feel super judged, and I feel like, what if I'm not saying the things that make them think that I'm able to do this job? It is,
Well, it's because you're self-doubting yourself,
yeah.
right? So that's where we have to say, Listen, I'm here because somebody wanted me to be here."
I know how, judgy I am though in a room of my peers, and then I try and magnify that full of, that, you know what I mean? Just because of what we do, it's kind of there's some technical work, so when you listen to something that you don't like or you would not have done it that way or you would it's really hard for me to not immediately think that way.
Well, maybe we have to think of something that will put us back into that place that I'm not gonna do that. I'm
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah.
have a your own trigger or your own
And
mm,
I know it's totally me, but it still doesn't make it not be there. You know what I mean?
right,
That I
right.
think that that's a confidence thing also.
Well, it's a confidence thing and it's, doing it over and over again until it's into you like,
Till you're
"Hey,
past
I
that
know what
feeling.
I know what I'm doing.
Right.
I don't need to worry about." Here's another thing somebody said to me. "It's none of my business what somebody else thinks of me."
I like that.
Right? So, I'm doing what I'm doing me.
Mhm.
And if somebody doesn't care for the way I do me, well,
Yeah.
okay, I can appreciate that. We're not loved and liked by everybody.
Yeah, Ashley, you had posted something. I don't know if you're even still on here right now with us, but you had posted something earlier this week that said, if I basically said how she uses Facebook as a place where she goes to have a conversation and talk to people about her peers. But the minute that you're negative or you're invading her space, you're deleted, you're blocked, you're removed. This is something that I've created for myself.
Mhm.
This is my safe space. This is my place where I like to go and flourish and connect. When you violate that, you're out.
Right.
That's it.
I
You really
agree.
have to do and be protective of yourself when you're on your own as your own boss.
Mhm.
This is it. You have to protect that.
Absolutely. Well, so it's the same thing. I've kept many of my posts about me being a stylist and what I do to help other women in my closed group, my VIP group. But I'm starting to talk more on my main page. And then there are some people that really probably don't want to hear about it. And that's okay.
Mhm.
You don't have to.
Yeah, right?
Or if I get some comments that are not appropriate or not right for what I want to share, you're gone.
Yeah, Caroline said it is exhausting trying to be what others want to you to be. I'm me, and that's it. Also, Marie, thank you very much. You had said something really poignant, I felt like on social. She said she's wearing a ruby right now,
Oh,
but also she said that it's really hard for her that the people in her lives that she expects to support her don't support her when she needs the support. They come to her first when they need something.
mhm.
But when it's time for her to need support, no one's there to be found. And I find that very true when you ask, because usually you start when you're starting your business or working out something new. There's a new line, there's a new whatever. You go to the people that you expect to be your friendlies, your soft landings, your ones that I'm going to pitch this to. And maybe they're going to give me, they are also your brutalist critics,
Yes.
but they're also supposed to be your biggest champions. And when you do that and they're not there, it's painful. That's hurtful. It detracts from your confidence, I feel.
It does, and it's happened to me, and then I have to just say, "Move on."
Yeah.
Like, I just have to because you have to have a thick skin when you're your own boss.
Yeah.
You have to have you have to have thick skin,
Period for life
period.
these days.
Right,
It's sad that you have to arm yourself before you leave your home, but you
right.
do.
But you have to look at it that I'm proud of what I'm doing, and who can I help today?
Yeah.
Right? You do so much to help so many in the community. Like every single day, people see you. I love your car with your logo all over it.
Look at me, look what I can do.
Yeah, right?
But I walk the walk also, and that's not an easy feat either.
Right.
And sometimes I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And sometimes I feel like I've failed and I'm like, what did I really do? But I mean, you have to be okay with what you can get done today. And there's always tomorrow. I have a really hard time just shutting the day off.
And you also are looking probably for perfection,
Yeah, well, it's a Capricorn
you
thing.
know.
It's never perfect. It's never good enough. And
Well,
I feel like that is so toxic. I know it. I'm aware it's been identified as a problem.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it's all right. So it's identified as a problem. So now all we have to do is just be aware of it.
Yeah. And I'm thankful that I have you all as a community to bounce stuff off of and to be told, all right, reel it in, slow it down, chill out. Caroline will be like, "Have you gotten on your bike?" I have friends that check in with me to remind me self-care. Seraphine is like, "Did you go to the beach? Did you do that thing?" And I'm just really excited that I have fostered this community of other badass women and guys that are so supportive. And whatever it is, wherever community you are, I've been bringing in leaders and thought leaders and people that are just really amazing humans to showcase. So I'm really excited that you're part of my tribe.
Ah, I feel
Um,
so honored.
well, I think it's really important how you stack your deck. You are the sum of the people that you surround yourself with, and I've been saying this for a really long time.
I like
If you're
that quote.
It's true though. And if you're surrounding yourself with the negative people and the people that are just really hanger-oners, we all have a few in our life that we foster. We hope that they're going to be better. We hope that they're in a better spot in their life, and they just don't. And it's not that you're disappointed in them, you're disappointed for them.
That's a good explanation.
Yeah. And I think we all have those people. So as we're out there and you see somebody trying, please be supportive of them because that's such a confidence booster period for baby businesses, for people that are out there trying something new. They're out there putting themselves out there.
Yes. And especially in the virtual world. I mean,
People are brutal. You think people are brutal in real life? People are very brutal when they're behind a keyboard and they don't care about you at all.
that's right. That's right.
It's true.
Delete.
I know. Well, I feel like you're the mama of the beginning of online sales. Maybe talk about that evolution a little bit of where it is now.
Oh, so I always say that I'm the grandmother of the internet because I had a personalized gift business in 1994. and I had a website that people didn't even know what the web was.
Yeah.
And it was a gift business. And when I would go to the gift shows, did I ever tell? I don't know if I shared this before.
No, no.
And so when I would go to the gift shows in New York City or Atlanta or whatever, and I would say, "Oh, I have a website," and they'd put their hands up like, "No, I don't know what that internet thing is. No, no, no."
Can you imagine?
And 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 I would watch the progression year after year when I would go to the shows that I, yearly attended, and people were starting to hear about the internet and were starting to understand that you can buy online. And I was shipping across the country in
She's
1994.
OG Amazon, everybody. Welcome in, Danny, Mark, Jackie. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, toxic people, no good. And I'm glad I'm part of your journey as well, Mark. Mari, yeah, you definitely have to have a thick skin. Why am I going to miss you, Caroline? Where are you going? You better not be going anywhere. If I'm online, you can find us everywhere, as we're talking about now. When people were saying no, 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 I feel like it's important to be embracing new technologies. I know people are afraid of it with AI, with the way things are going. And I feel like you have to kind of you have to understand it.
Yes, so I have something. So Ruby Ribbon created this studio. And so it's online through my website, and I give you the link, and basically we're interacting. I can see you, you could see me. I can show you things, I can show you videos, I can make once you've been sized, I can say this is what I suggest, and I can click on it, and then you can just simply add it to your cart. And the thing is that we just launched this in July, and I have really taken to it, and I love doing it.
Mhm.
And this is bringing people together, and I'm really, really wanting it to be a fun tool that
Mhm.
it's all technology. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I showed it to my 30-year-old daughter, and she's like, "This is so great. I could bring my friends on here and you can show them what to do." I'm like,
See?
"Yeah, it's great."
You have to embrace new technology, everyone. I know it stresses you out. Learning new things is hard, but you can do it. I am so excited for you. Yes, you will still be able to get me in Maine, Caroline. Once again, we are power of the internet. Even if I have to send you a modem to get you in the deep woods of Maine, wherever it is that you go, I will find you. We can connect. I got my new screen ordered for Peloton. I tried to do the Frankenton for a little while because my
Oh,
screen went. So then I was just pedaling with the TV, and I'm like, this is stupid.
you need to see
I need
something.
I
Yeah.
need the screen, and it needs to keep track. I need a score. I'm not just pedaling for nothing. I'm one of those people that need a score. There needs to be an end result. And I love AI. I really do. I had that conversation this morning with a person that I'm doing a podcast with, Tori. New season of the First Shot Morning Show is out right now. And if you care to watch us and subscribe to us on YouTube, we thank you and appreciate you. But she was like, "Oh, I won't use it."
Oh.
And she's 30,
Oh.
right? So she's just like, it stresses me out. I won't use it. It's going to be integrated into pretty much everything. So you're
Yes.
going to have to at least understand the technology, whether you like it or not.
Right. Different technology, and if there are glitches, then you got to work through them,
Hmm.
which is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And it's so much better. It's an enhancement to whatever you're
It's
doing.
making your job easier too, but
Yes.
also it's a different way to connect with people, which I think is pretty incredible
Yes.
that you're able to do so. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you are working for yourself. Yes, it's a specific brand. Yes, that's where you source your materials from, and that's where you get all of your new line. You've got some new stuff out. Love the tank. What else have
Yes.
you got?
Oh, well, I'm wearing a skirt, but I've got these. They're called short. They're shorts, but they're
Let the record show Amy's showing me sexy shorts underneath this table.
I don't know, sexy, but
They look lacy. I like
they're
it.
hugging they're hugging the thighs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, they're really good. So if you want those slimmers
but they're also
and the
enhancing
butt
the booty.
lift, yes. The same way you have to do things to make sure you're in right here, you got to
What
do
what was the word you used?
scoop and swoop.
I think every woman knows the scoop and swoop, even if you got little ones, you know.
That's it.
You gotta
Absolutely.
scoop and swoop the booty.
Yeah. Yes, and for me, that's a problem. 'Cause that I'm lacking. So,
Good morning, Patricia. Yep,
uh,
this is good stuff. Your poor husband's gonna watch this back going, all right, here she goes again.
he's used to it.
He has to be. This is what you do for a living.
He is used to it.
He must like when you get to try stuff on for him.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yes, he does.
100%.
He says, "You could show a little cle" and no, 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 I don't want my cleavage
You're
shown.
like this one, the bastion of modesty.
That's the thing, isn't that funny? Like, look, I'm getting
See?
yes.
For the many years that you've been talking about stuffing body parts and other spots, and it
When
still
it comes
makes
to me, yeah, it's like, do I have this up high enough? Is it
my collar isn't high enough. It's funny though. I went to Catholic high school. It was very little to be left to the imagination, but I was a prude. I'm still a prude.
Yeah.
I don't even like when people use cross language and my kids start dropping F bombs and
Yes.
it gives me
Okay,
anxiety.
that's what happens to me.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I definitely understand the modesty space, but it's not that I'm immodest or I'm not afraid to say those words, just for whatever reason, whether it was the way I was raised or how I was taught or just my
confidence.
yeah, it makes me feel awkward. So I'm working through that because it's
Yes.
just words at the end of the day and they won't hurt me. But still
That's right.
I cringe a little when I
It's
hear
true.
it.
It's true.
Also 25 years on the terrestrial radio where you get fined thousands and thousands of dollars for saying those naughty words.
Uh-huh.
It does bring those stress level a little bit high up there. So, yep, here you are
Here I am.
pushing your
You
confidence
see?
and showing off those sexy biker shorts there. Them talking about booty over here and swooping and scooping and we're having a great old time. What if someone is uncomfortable when it's time for measurement? Because we've all been there for a bra fitting, or maybe we've avoided it completely. Uh, I know people that won't even go to the doctor because they're uncomfortable with their body in a room with another human being. It is a situation, or they've been traumatized, or it's a trigger for them, or they just feel so they can't do it.
So here then I ask, how much do you love your bra? Right? How much do you love your bra?
I don't think anybody
Do you
says yes.
have straps that fall? Do you have, you know, bulges out the side? Does the wire dig in? Does it dig into you? Like, what's your Brahma? We call it Brahma.
I like that.
Bra drama.
What's your Brahma?
What's your Brahma? So if your Brahma is higher than, the level of wanting to change it, then, those are the choices. We can't force anybody to have better, you know, better support, better lift, better abilities for your lymphatic system
Mhm.
to be free, right? It has to be somebody who really wants to make that change. You could be hesitant, of course. We all are.
Yeah.
But what's worse, your Brahma or how you'd feel if you're not, you know, does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I would rather just suck it up and be uncomfortable for a little bit so I can have a lifetime of
Right.
comfortability. It's
Exactly.
just one of those things that you have to
Absolutely.
choose, pick your poison.
Right.
What way are you going to be uncomfortable? That's really up to you how you
Right.
choose it.
Right.
I'm going to take a minute to at least acknowledge 9/11 today. I know it's a really sad day 22 years ago right around this time when our the first tower was hit, and I know we all have very stark memories of when this happened, where we were, how it happened, and really the general disbelief and that this could possibly happen to us. So I did want to at least acknowledge it. It's heavy. It's still just sort of unfathomable that this occurred and we're still here having this conversation, but 22 years. So we remember. We'll take a minute for that. I'm here sitting with Amy Levitt. We are talking about Brahma no more. We are ditching our bras. We are talking about confidence. We are talking about measurement. I laughed today when it was Hot Cross Buns Day. And then we're here talking about some of the new line that you have coming out where it's the scoop and swoop, got a little bit of a booty. We all have issues. I feel like that's just a woman problem. Boobs and butts. We're like, why? What are we going to do with it all? It's my new book.
We're shaping your silhouette. That's what we're doing.
Yes, that's
What's the name
exactly
of the title of your book?
Boobs and butts. What are we going to do with it all?
We could collaborate on a book.
I like what am I stuffing to now? No, what is up with the new line? You've got seasonally, right?
Every month we bring out something.
That's nice.
Maybe it's in a new color, maybe it's one of our essentials, but we have can I show you something?
Yeah.
Ha, ha, ha.
Well then, it depends.
It depends. Yes, I'm just going to show you the fun print if I can find it.
Well, this is the best bag ever. I think you need to show it also. Bras are the worst.
They
Yes.
are, aren't they? Oh, here it is. Check this out. This is cheetah.
I love it. See everyone, it's got the spot for your business.
You have individual pockets, individual homes, right?
I like that. Nobody wants the uniboob. It's like the
No.
unibrow. We strive for not that.
Absolutely. We don't want that.
Right, because what they're sisters.
They are sisters, not twins.
Thank you.
So these mold to you your own personal body.
It does feel like a second skin. I do have to tell you that it is worth even trying one on, taking one for a test drive just to see how it feels. Even if you put them in between your weekly, if you're not confident or comfortable in them yet, until you really start transitioning out. I wear the bra less and less. It's on occasional moments that I do, but it's just because I haven't found the right wonderwear for it.
Mhm.
So
Right.
there's one for every occasion.
Absolutely. If you want to wear strapless, we have strapless. If you want V-neck, we have V-neck. If you want scoop, if you don't want adjustable and you want more of a tank,
I'm gonna have to come and see you for the strapless situation. I don't know. I haven't seen how that works quite yet. The technology has got to be strong.
Yeah, it is strong. It is strong. It's comfortable. But
Okay.
it's supportive.
That's it. That's really what we're all looking for, right? Because nobody wants them just hanging low.
No,
It's not a cute look for anyone.
no. Did you know that one of our lines is called Second Skin?
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Look at me. I'm becoming your spokeslady.
See, how do you like that?
No, talk to me about what's new coming out maybe this month or next month. What is like really people are gravitating towards? Because I'm sure you've got lines where people are like, I can't live without this.
So we have an essentials line, which that's what I always want people to start out with, not any of our, fancy, lace things all over the place,
Mhm.
because you don't know that sometimes that material is a little firmer. So we go
Mhm.
with my essentials, and that's why getting sized is so important.
Okay.
You don't want to go rogue and do it because you could be unhappy.
Yeah,
So
and that's the last thing anybody wants when you have a customer is to make them unhappy. So you need
Right.
to do it right.
Right. So if you want this scoop neck, but you have um, a certain size bust, there's a style called the ultimate, which is the ultimate.
Kind of sounds like I need an ultimate in my life. Seriously, though.
Yes.
Bionic. Hold these puppies in.
Yes.
Where do we find you, Amy? How do we get involved or at least try it? I feel like have a party, bring a bunch of your girlfriends out, take the stress out of it for yourself. And maybe if
Absolutely.
you make it like a fun event, because I do not like shopping. I do not like trying things on. You've seen me even with you. I'm like, psh, psh, I'm done. I'm
Right.
over it. I don't have time for it in my life. It needs to come to me or I'm just not going to do it.
Absolutely.
I swear that's why I made the makers market so that I could shop and bring all of the shop to me because I don't like shopping.
It's smart. I picked up something yesterday, and then my purse is from Erin.
See, Erin's awesome. And she made me a custom handbag. Erin Threads, by the way, another female entrepreneur doing amazing things. So yeah, how do we come to you and make it at least fun?
Fun. Well, my website, you can get to me at curlycamigirlamy.com.
All right. We'll type it in.
We'll type it in. Um, and then just reach out to me, send me a private message right here, and then we can make a connection.
Perfect. Anything else you want to say before we go on this Confidence and Measurement Monday?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Measurement
right?
Monday. That's right.
How do you stack up in your business? How are you stacking up with your wardrobe right now? We're all ready for fall. I know I am. I need to put away the things and I keep trying to dress for fall and it's still clearly summer
But I
outside.
have my white skirt on.
That's it. No more Labor Day nonsense. You wear white when you want to wear white, and that's it.
That's it.
We'll drop all of the information in the chat on how you get a hold of Amy. We've got a full list of all of our events and our schedule on our website. I am actually DJing a fashion show this weekend. I know, right?
That's
I
fun.
am excited for it. We're raising some money for Tommy's Place and also for Rosie's Place,
Oh, that's awesome.
which is a for women and it's basically a shelter for whatever it is that you need. And that's going to be super fun. And I'm excited for that. Just to
Where's
listen
that?
to different music. It's a private fashion show in Falmouth,
Nice.
right on the water. Watch, it's going to be pouring rain. I do also want to remember that it is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. Girly Girl Parts is happening this weekend, but also if you can go on social and find us below the belt, it is an ovarian cancer. It's just all female cancers. And just really know the symptoms. I've got the symptoms in front of you. And once again, as a female, we don't pay attention. Bloating, pelvic, abdominal pain, difficulty eating, feeling full quickly, urinary urgency. It's all normal girl problems. But if it's over and constant, really have yourself looked at. Make sure you schedule your checkups. I will tell you until I'm blue in the face. As a survivor, you need to take care of your body. You only have one of them. My preach is over. Have a great week, everyone. And I'll see you out there at trivia tonight at Dino's. Trivia is back over at Shipwrecked in Falmouth on Tuesdays. Video music bingo at Tom Matteo's. It's always a good time. So find us, lemonadio.com. Bye, Miss Amy.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye, bye, bra.
I know. Bye, bra it is.